Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. So we're gonna go live, just talking about answering questions from Q&As from doing a Q&A from videos you guys have questions you've asked in previous videos. So yes. Okay, it just comes on. It comes in.
Does your locks feel hard, or do they move somewhat like loose hair? If that makes sense.
Mine is soft and it moves like loose hair.
Boom, boom, boom. Now mine is also soft, but for me to shake my head like that would take a lot of effort. So I'm gonna move it with my hand.
The reason why I like my hair short.
Can someone start interlocks with hair that's 18 to 20 inches long? Of course. Yes. You know, and you're gonna pay out the wazoo for that. But yes, you can start with what I've seen people start with 3 inches of hair. So yeah.
I lock up to the minimum is 1 inch. I'll do 1 inch minimum. That's what you can see.
What type of locks do you both have, i.e. Sisterlocks and Microlocks? We both have Sisterlocks.
However, to some people there might not be a difference.
True.
So you could see someone with locks like ours and still refer to it as microlocks because it all depends on, you know, what.
I mean, micro just means small locks, if you think about it, right? Which Sisterlocks are small locks. So
you can have someone who have locks like us and they'll be like, oh, it's microlocks.
It's microlocks. It's not Sisterlocks because they weren't done by someone who's a Sisterloctician.
Or maybe because they didn't do it with the grid or the lock count.
Correct. Yeah. So, do you clarify every time you wash?
Absolutely. I clarify.
Yes.
Moisturize. But if your locks are new, you will only clarify and not moisturize.
Yes.
So my locks are more mature, so I clarify once, depending on how long I go without a shampoo. So if I'm going like 3 weeks, which is rare, by then my hair is like, woo, my scalp is like, woo. So I clarify twice and I go in with my moisturizing shampoo and go from there.
Yeah.
But if I'm washing every week, then I might skip the clarifying shampoo and just do my moisturizing shampoo. But if I'm washing on the second week, so I'm 2 weeks in, I will clarify, then moisturize, shampoo, and then go on with the rest of my routine.
Yes.
Oh, if you tend to get more buildup, as some people are more prone to buildup, like if you use a lot of products in your hair, I would encourage to shampoo your hair more often. But if you don't use a lot of products, you can stick with your regular shampooing routine. But even if you don't use a lot of product, like for me, I have overactive sebaceous glands. So that means my scalp gets oily. So I have oily skin and then my scalp get oily. And then you have your dead skin cells shedding, you know, throughout your hair on a daily basis. So between the oils and the dead skin cells shedding on my locks or in my scalp, it starts creating that gunky look. So I shampoo. That's why I shampoo as often as I do.
When do you know to start moisturizing your hair? Oh, the spray. She means the moisturizing spray.
So it depends what moisturizing spray you're using. If you are using Twi Beauty leave and conditioner, you can moisturize from day one. From day one of your install.
My clients know I use this in my hair all the time. And everything. I have fine hair, thick density, and 18 to 20 inches of hair. What's considered out of the wazoo, and it relates to prices. Ooh, baby, it depends on where you're going.
So if you're starting with Sisterlocks, if you go to a trainee, you might be in the thousands. In the 1,000 range. If you're starting with a seasoned, expert, some folks, you might be in the 3,000 to
4,000 range. Yeah, we don't mind answering the questions on prices. We're very transparent.
So it really, everybody got their own scale,
right?
So the thing is, a lot of people start with a base price. So let's say, and I'm just gonna give a average number to keep things simple. So let's say the base price is $1,000 for the first 4 inches. And some people charge anywhere from 50, maybe 25, depending on their level, their expertise or whatever. So let's say their price per inch after the first 4 inches is anywhere from $25 to $100.
Yes.
So we're gonna do 100 just to keep the numbers simple.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you got 18 inches, 18 minus 4 is 14 inches. So 14 times 100 is 1,400 plus the base price of the 1,000. Now you're at $2,400.
And that's not counting if you have high density. Usually that's more money. If it's high density, meaning really, really thick hair. Other things can add to the price of that. So
I do want to say, if you are getting Sisterlocks, because it is a brand, that brand comes in a package deal: your consultation, your installation, and your follow-up first retightening. So don't let somebody, if you go for Sisterlocks and you pay this amount and then your first retightening, they talking about this is your fee. Right. You shouldn't be paying anything extra.
Included in the price.
All of that come as a package deal. So if you're paying $2,400 for your service, that includes your consultation, your install, and your follow-up retightening.
Right. Yeah. But that's for Sisterlocks. So if you're
doing Microlocs,
people can come up with whatever price system they want to follow. So yeah. Someone else said, how do you tame the frizzies on the loose ends, and how do you get it to lock faster?
I have a video on how to help your hair to lock faster. So some people, will be like, really? Shampooing your hair will help your hair to lock quicker. Because when you shampoo your hair, it goes through that that draw up motion, straight shrink from the water manipulating the hair. Right. And that movement creates matting, and that matting creates lock hair. So shampooing your hair often with a clarifying shampoo helps. Using sea salt spray, I do sell that as well. It's on my website. Using a sea salt spray. Sea salt. So when you go to the beach and you dip your hair in water, you're like, oh my God. And then you notice a couple of days later, my hair feels a bit more stiff. It's locking. So sea salt does help the hair to lock quicker. Yep. So that's why you have these sprays out there in the market for you to purchase. Sea salt sprays help the hair it kind of make it rough, giving it that stiff motion or making it stiff, causing it to lock quicker.
Someone also wants us to go over the pricing again.
So it should be included. They're not following the Sisterlock guideline, because you guys can go on the Sisterlock website
and it'll tell you what's included. It
tells you everything that's included. So don't let people bamboozle you. Yeah. Unless they're not providing Sisterlocks, that's a different story. But if they're providing Sisterlocks, they have to and need to offer it in that package deal. Yes. When you go on my website, you see a consultation is $50, right? So when you have that consultation, whatever price I quote you at the consultation, that $50 is deducted. Yes. That you've already paid is deducted from your total price. So I might tell you, okay, well, after I do the hair analysis, measure your hair, I'm like, okay, your price is $2,400. I am deducting $50 from that $2,400, and I'll tell you, well, if you book, your balance is $2,350. Yes. And so when I do the install, you pay that balance after your install, and then when you come back for your follow-up retightening, which should happen 3 to 4 weeks after your retightening, after the install, then you come back for that follow-up. I take care of your hair, retighten it, go on your merry way. You should not be paying anything unless you want a tip. This should be the only thing you will pay if that's what you want to do.
If you're tipping or if you're buying products or
whatever. But you should not be paying for the retightening because it was included in that $2,400. Correct. And some people charge for the circumference of your head. Yep. So if you have a big head, just automatically know you're going to pay more. That's true. That's more area to cover.
Yeah. Get some opinions. Don't just go to the first person you go to a consultation with.
Shop around.
And be like, okay, I'll take it. You never know. So I would say shop around.
Don't knock out trainees.
Look, trainees are trying to get certified. Well, if it's Sisterlocks, they're trying to get certified. So they're going to do their best work.
Yeah, and if you have a trainee that's being supervised by someone that you enjoy their work, go with that because baby, you will say, when I got my Sisterlock installed, I paid $400. It was a trainee. I was the first person they locked. So when you go to someone who's training, they're not going to charge you as much as someone who's an expert, whereas a trainee, they're trying to build their clientele. They're trying to,
get their name
that
out
practice
there.
in.
Yep.
Yes, they'll be practicing in your head, but they're not going to screw you up.
For sure.
So with that said, I do have trainees who are trying to build their clientele, and I do supervise the work. As a matter of fact, I do the parting, the grid, and everything. So if you want to lock your hair, you want to save some money,
go to a trainee.
Contact me, DM me, or whatever.
Why does it look like the hair is thin when you start when you first get Sisterlocks?
Oh, okay. So the hair has not swelled yet.
Yeah.
So just think about when you wash your hair, right? So the hair does swell over time. So when someone put in interlocks or braids, it is skinny because it's being stretched and manipulated in the initial process.
Yeah.
And then over time, the more you shampoo it, it starts to swell. It starts to take form. And keep in mind, your hair sheds every single day.
Yep.
So when your hair is shedding inside of the lock, it's also causing it, making room for new locks. So it's also causing it to swell and to increase in size.
Hey, what is your advice for dry scalp? I've had my Sisterlocks since July, and no spray seems to help my scalp.
Is it dry, or do you have a scalp condition?
That's what, because I'm like, well,
I'll let her talk about it because
I got all the things. So for the spray, for me, so I have a scalp condition. So psoriasis and psoriatic dermatitis. Those are two very common scalp conditions that people see with locks and things like that. Just even outside of that, but I feel like you really notice it with locks because you got all your parts and things like that. So I have a scalp condition, and I have so psoriatic dermatitis is pretty much adult cradle cap. So when the babies have that little hard crustiness on their scalp, and you gotta like flick it off and like comb it off and put that little old thing on it and scrape it and all that stuff to wash the scalp. That's pretty much what psoriatic dermatitis is. It's adult cradle cap. So you have that all over your scalp and things like that. So if it is a scalp condition, there's no oil or anything that you can buy per se that's going to take that away, but you do need to go to a dermatologist and get the medication that you need, which is an oil, to put on your scalp to help you be able to get the crust off of your scalp safely and still keep your hair follicles intact, because if you don't get it taken care of, the crust is going to, so this is your scalp, the crust is going to be laying over your scalp like a little hard plate. And when you do that, it suffocates the hair follicles, and then all of a sudden your locks start to thin, and then all of a sudden you go from this nice healthy lock to this thinning lock, and then sometimes if it's suffocated enough, it breaks the hair follicles off and they break. And so then all of a sudden you're like, I lost a lock, or I lost a lock here, when you see it in those troubles.
The locks broke my hair.
Right, and then people start thinking, people start thinking locks thin their hair when it's really you have a scalp condition that you need to take care of. I would say go to a dermatologist to make sure you don't have any of those scalp conditions. And if it's just dry scalp, Pauline has all these little oils and things like that she sells, right? Right. So I use this in all my clients' hair. I use it in my own hair. So I don't sell any products I don't use for myself. This oil that Pauline made is very, very good. So she has different kinds: tea tree, peppermint, lavender peppermint, rosemary peppermint, and so they kind of all work for different things. But I would say for dry scalp, these things are super easy. It's really nice because these oils don't sit on the scalp. With these oils, it's formulated just for locks, and so with these oils, they absorb into the scalp. So when you're putting it on your scalp, you spray it on your scalp and give yourself a little more, a little massage and things like that. So it's great for locks because it's not going to weigh your locks down with and give you product buildup. Okay, so someone says, how long have y'all been growing your locks? We've both been growing our locks for 11 years. So Pauline is addicted to cutting. It's almost like tattoos. Like once you get a tattoo, you just got to keep getting tattoos. She's been cutting her hair forever. The moment she did that first one, she ain't gone back, okay? I don't know if y'all can see.
Yeah, I can't see, but it's touching her butt.
Yeah, it's down there. So 11 years, I've only trimmed it a couple times, the ends and stuff like that, to, you know, just keep my hair healthy on the ends. So, but 11 years, we've both been 11 years locked. So been growing our hair, and we both started off pretty short. Our hair wasn't very long when we started.
Tell them your shampooing process, how you pre-poo, and then how you deal with the dryness and the flakes. And
okay, so like again, I have a scalp condition, so I have to do extra things for my hair, and I think this is a good thing to do if you just have dry scalp. Period. Is to do a pre-poo. I use Pauline's pre-poo, is it argan
and
tea tree oil. And I know you're like, wait, you pre-poo by putting oil in your hair? That don't even make no sense. But friend, let me tell you, baby. So that pre-poo, I put it all over my scalp. I give it a good massage. I let it sit for a little while. Sometimes I feel like it's best if it's overnight, because that, and then when I say it just lifts all the dry scalp off, just, I mean, easily. And then I go in and I wash with a clarifying to get all that oil and stuff out that I just put in my hair. And then I use my moisturizer, shampoo, conditioner, rinse everything. And then I use my Antoine Beauty leave-in spray. And then I go in and oil afterwards. Pre-pooing your hair works wonders for dry scalp. So if you guys give it a try, let me know what y'all think, because pre-poo is the best thing for dry scalp, and it gets all that stuff off your scalp without having to be so harsh, because you shouldn't be washing your hair, your scalp with fingernails. You shouldn't be doing this with your fingernails. It should just be your fingertips, easily be able to get all that stuff off your scalp, right? So especially if you have a scalp condition, no fingernails, because that stuff will just open up the scalp. Sometimes you can bleed and things like that if it's too dry, if you're having a flare up. So fingertips only, but that pre-poo will definitely help with lifting the dry scalp, loosening it up so that it comes off the scalp and out of the hair.
When it comes to pre-pooing, the benefit and the purpose of pre-pooing is to literally protect the hair, the strands of the hair during the shampooing process. First of all, if you have dry scalp, the strands that's growing out of the scalp is also dry. Right. So when you have curly hair and dry, it breaks easily. So when you pre-poo, that oil is like an extra added layer to the hair. So when you go into clarify, because clarifying is just stripping all the oils out of your hair. So while your hair and scalp is getting all that clarifying action going on, that oil helps protect the strands of your hair, preventing it from getting extra dry, because then if it's too dry, you can come into cause breakage. So that pre-poo allows it to protect the cuticles, to fill it in, because especially if you have raised cuticles, that means you have high porosity, and that oil goes in and fill in those open spaces to protect that cuticle layer from all that aggressive action that you're about to do. When you oil after you shampoo your hair, that oil, especially if you have dry scalp, is giving that hair that extra protection, keeping it soft and keeping it moisturized. And when your hair is soft and moisturized, it's less likely to break.
How long does your retightening take? My retightening with wash and everything takes 4 hours, because she just fast. I mean, it's
not even in the front.
Can you guys guess how many inches of hair I have? Do y'all ever get frustrated in the beginning when your hair wasn't growing as fast? It's not about growing fast. It's the elasticity of your hair.
You're not going to see growth as much. It is growing. It's just because you have a lot of shrinkage. It's not growing you don't see the growth. But I tell y'all, year 3, okay? Year 3 is the magic number for your locks, okay? Because it's growing all this time, but you're not seeing the length retention. It is retaining the length. It's just growing and shrinking. Growing and shrinking because it's locking.
Right. But once it's locked,
it just drops.
It just drops. Yeah, for
Be
sure.
patient, okay?
Be patient with yourself.
But in the meantime, I do have a hair growth oil that you can use
on her website.
On my website.
Go get it.
To help encourage and stimulate the hair follicles for it to grow, okay? But if your follicles are dead, please stop wasting y'all money on hair growth oils. But like I said, I sell hair growth oil, but at the same time, I'm very transparent with people. Like, don't waste your money if your dermatologist already said it ain't gonna grow. Right. Yeah. Because it's not gonna grow. No hair growth oil is gonna make it come back. All it's going to do is encourage, but it needs something there already to encourage. Okay. Love y'all. Yep.
Someone said, "How do you know if your follicles are dead?"
Dermatologist.
Go to the dermatologist.
Because we can't tell you.
Right. No.
I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and I can't tell you. I mean, I would know. Now, if it feels baby smooth,
booty smooth.
I mean, it might not. I'll be like, girl, I don't know, but still go see a dermatologist. Right. They're the only ones that can really tell you.
Right. But yes, hello from Cali. And I'm in the process of getting my my retie done. Okay. How can we order? Go to AntoineBeauty.com.
Everything is in the description. You can click on any video. My website is listed on every description, but it's just AntoineBeauty.com.
And if you go to Instagram, AntoineBeauty, the link is in her bio.
Okay, so the last time we did a video together, it was about how to pick out your console.
A loctician. Yes.
So one of the questions was, can you talk about the process? And I think we did. How we talk about it's a package deal for Sisterlocks.
Yes.
Now for Microlocs, there might be a different process depending on who's depending on the individual. Some people are Microloc trained. Right. Some people just look on social media. Oh, that's what they do. I'm gonna start me a lock business. Come on, me lock your hair. So they might not necessarily have a process. Right. But then you have other people who take other microlocking classes and have a process in place. So and then someone asks, oh, how to not get scammed? Can we talk about how to not get scammed?
Yeah, we can do that. First off, again, like she said, for two locticians, have integrity. One way is look for someone who is transparent. With their process, with their pricing, with their, I don't know, all the things, right? Just someone who's transparent. If you ask a question, you get it.
Try not to have just one consultation unless you're sure. Right. Unless you're sure about the individual, try not to have just one consultation. It may add up, but it will still be cheaper for you in the long run. And try to find a live referral. Like when you see somebody locks, you like, oh, who did your locks? Just try to find somebody, that can give you a referral versus just looking on social media. Right. Because people do take other people's pictures
and post it on their page.
And claim it as theirs. Another question that I get asked all the time is about thinning. Does locks thin your hair? Yep. So we kind of touched on it a little bit, but I wanted to kind of expound on it some more. So locks does not thin your hair out. So too much tension will thin out your lock. Medication, depending on what type of medication you're on, will thin out your lock. Stress will thin out your lock. It will break it. Yep. So there are different things that cause, if you have scalp condition, untreated scalp condition like psoriasis and stuff like that, that will thin out your hair. Yep. So there are so many different factors. Tight styling and stuff like that will thin out your hair. Too much tension, that goes with tension as well. So all of those things will thin out the hair. Other than that,
thank you guys so much for coming in here and joining us for these 2 hours, giving us all the questions. We so appreciate it. We love vibing with you guys. So thank you so much. And, we'll do this again. More often.
I'll try to be more consistent with lives. Yeah. People look forward to lives. But
this was my first live, so
it'd be hard sometimes.
But we'll get our lives together, guys. Just bear with us. Yeah. So
okay.
Yep.
That's it.
And if you have any more comments or questions, please put them in the video. And we'll answer them when we get to the video. So thank you guys.
And if you're not following Lockbox Studio, she's on YouTube. You can follow her as well.
Yes. She'll link me later when the video is over. So you guys can easily find it because you know everybody about that point and click real fast. Okay, y'all did y'all darn thing too.
But thank you.
All right, guys, thank you so much, and we'll be on here again. So we'll go ahead and put a little feeler out for if you know, why don't you guys comment on how often you want to see us go live, and we'll try to accommodate. So all right, thanks guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.